my last video, and you guys came with the comments. Y'all came with the comments saying you were either thinking of going back to school in your 30s, 40s, and even 50s, or you're taking prerequisites now, or you're actually applying and you've gotten into a radiology program. It is to be applauded for those of you that are going back to school. I was not in my 30s, 40s, and 50s, but mid 20s. I was living on my own. So I understand what all it takes. And in that video, I talked about the struggles that make it a little different for individuals that are going back to school as an adult. Some of the comments that you guys gave, I want to share some of the comments because your comments really highlight that it is not as easy as people think, but it's not hard at all. First comment is I'm 40, thinking of pivoting my career path to a radiologic technologist. I'm nervous as all outdoors, lol. I know I will have to complete a few prerequisites before actually studying for the program, starting the program. Do you recommend applying to multiple schools to complete prerequisites or just to the RadTech program? Great question. Congratulations for being 40 and going back to school. Radiology is a great career. It is easy on the body, and it is okay to be nervous. Nervous is good. That shows you're going to probably think it through. But this is what I would like to give you a tip on. You asked, do I recommend applying to multiple schools or just complete the prerequisites to complete the prerequisites or just to the RadTech program? If you're looking to go to any healthcare, any program that has specific prerequisites, you're going to have to complete those first. The recommendation is that you apply to a school where you can get your prerequisites done. And this is to avoid you wasting time, wasting money. Apply to a community college, or they have some online places now where you can go and pay per class, per credit. That's a good option. It may be cheaper for you that way. I'm working on a checklist to help you all decide how to get these prereqs because there's so many options out there now. If you have any, let us know in the chat. Wake up the chat. Let us know in the chat where you took your prerequisites at. Did you do it at a community college? Did you do it somewhere online? Was it cheaper to do it? Which way? Let us know. But I would encourage you to get the prereqs done because that is the only way you're going to get into a radiology program. You have to have those prereqs done first before they'll even let you apply to any program, but it's even a radiology program. Once you complete those prereqs, you need to apply to multiple radiology programs, multiple medical imaging. That's what the programs are. You get a degree in medical sciences. That's what my degree is in medical sciences, not in radiology specifically. But you need to apply to that program once you get those prereqs done and apply to multiple. The reason I say apply to multiple is because you want to make the choice. When you only apply to one school, they decide if you are going to. Hello, Matthew. Thank you for joining. It is going great. It's almost over. But if you apply only to one radiology program, they make the decision. If you apply to multiple radiology programs, then you can pick and choose. Like I applied to four. Only two took me. The other two said no, I got a rejection letter, but I still had two options. They were total different options. One was a degree program, one was a hospital based program that gave me a certificate. That one was a lot cheaper. This one was a lot more expensive. I had some decisions to make. I went with the one for long term that I felt would be good for me because I did want the degree. I felt that once I got the associates, it would be easier to get the bachelor's. So hopefully that is a good answer to your question. And for any of you out there, there are 21 of you on here now. Thank you for joining. Um, just checking in on you. I'm a Pike and so thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate the regulars that come back. I'm trying to do these lives more often. Hello, Powers, Daryl Powers. So the second question is because I'm not going to be on here long because this is late for me. But I said I was going to try a different time to see who was on at different times. So this is the other question. 31, and I'm working on upgrading my high school prereqs for a 2-year MRI program, mostly math. Yeah, those math and sciences. I have a lot of working up to do to prepare for October deadline to start January 27th. It's a crunch, but I think I could do it. Great job. This was a comment on that video I made. Isn't that good? That is so good. And so the what I would tell you is yes, get the prereqs done. Now they said they're going to an MRI only program. Totally up to you. I do have videos that I would encourage you to watch. Hello, Tessa Frazier. I would encourage you to watch before you decide on MRI only or x-ray as your primary pathway. I'm about to do a whole podcast dedicating 20 minutes of conversation to that. So you guys be sure to subscribe to the podcast, a couple of Rad Tech's podcast. Be sure, because it is really going to help you make a decision, especially as older adults. When you're straight out of high school, you can kind of say, okay, I did this, now I don't like it, I'll go back and try something else. When you're 30, 40, 50 years old, but I would not look at doing, well, Tessa, you're in the wrong place. Let me help you out. I'll remove you since you're not sure what I'm talking about. But if you're looking at going to an MRI only program, what you want to do is really kind of figure out if that's a better strategy for you long term. Because if you do an MRI only program, that's all you're going to be able to do. Whereas if you go to a radiologic technology program, then you're going to be able to do a plethora of things. You're going to be able to do so many things. So I would encourage you to really rethink the MRI only at your age, because it can be kind of just a lot. Thank you for the bronze. It can be kind of only allowing you to do, just kind of pigeonhole you. That's what I'm trying to say, pigeonhole you. So just be careful at this age when you do make the decision to only go one pathway. Make sure the primary pathway you go gives you options, because radiologic technology can give you an option to be able to do so much more over 11 uh, modalities without having to start over and get another 2 years under your belt. Hope that helps someone out there. Last question. I'm 40 years old and I just started x-ray school. Yay. Wow, just started. I always tell the story of a young lady that was in her 50s. She retired as a teacher and she went back to radiology school because she was like, I'm still going to be working. I just finished that career and I'm in a new career. And she added on certification. She already had her bachelor's degree. She came back for a 2-year degree for radiology, added on her certification, and then she became a MRI technologist. MRI technologist. That is, thank you, Tessa. Um, that is so encouraging, because you're never too old to try something new. But when you do try something new, going back to school, I would encourage you to really be strategic about it and understand what pathway you want to go. Because as you're older, you have more responsibilities. You're not able to always just say, oops, this wasn't what I want to do. Let me start over, try again. So on my Facebook, I actually did the same video and someone said, yeah, and also the brain, when it has not been studying like that for a long time, when you're going back in as an adult, it is harder for your brain to kind of the cobwebs. It takes a little more like riding a bike, but you eventually get it. So do not think that you cannot start over or go back to school in your 30s and 40s. Just be strategic about it. Again, I'm going to be uh, giving a 20 about a 20-minute podcast coming up next week. It will be released next week, Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please be sure. Thank you so much. You guys check out the podcast, a couple of Rad Tech's podcasts. Check out my other videos. I will be doing more lives. And also check out my book. Rachel the Radiographer is a children's radiology book all about the career of our profession. It is the first one written by a technologist about the career of medical imaging. All modalities are talked about in this book and the books to come. So grab your copy, donate it to a library, to your kids' home library, make it a reading project, or donate it to a hospital. Good night.